Hi, welcome to this module. So in this module, we'll be looking at something called DOM, Document Object Model. Okay, so we've come to the crux of the JavaScript topics that we've been covering so far. So this is where everything converges, so to speak. Okay, so in this lecture, we are going to look at DOM manipulation. Okay, document manipulation with JavaScript. So for example, when a web page is loaded, the browser creates a document object mode. Okay, document object model, abbreviated as DOM. Okay, of that particular page. It looks something like this. Okay, it's basically a tree that has a record of the hierarchy of a HTML page. The HTML tag is at the top, and then there's the head tag, which has the title and the meta tags as children, and then there's the body tag, which has the paragraph tags, the h1 tag, the div tags. So there are multiple levels, right? It has multiple levels. It's like a tree. So whenever a web page is loaded, your browser would create such a tree. Okay, this tree is called the document object model. And now based on this particular model, you can manipulate this page. Okay, so with the JavaScript DOM features that we'll be looking at, with the document manipulation that you can do on the document object model, what you can do is you can manipulate the HTML and the CSS elements of a web page in numerous ways. Okay, so what you can do now is you can manipulate HTML and CSS elements of the web page. HTML and CSS elements of the web page in numerous ways. Now this is what makes a web page truly dynamic and interactive. Okay, so if you want to make a web page dynamic and interactive, then you have to manipulate your HTML CSS elements dynamically from inside of your JavaScript, right? For example, if a button is clicked, maybe change the color of it, or make it blink, or make it transparent. Things like that. So these are the things that make your make your web page dynamic. So this is what JavaScript can do for you. So this is the crux of the program, because this is where we actually come into the real world programming. Okay, so let's look at that. So I'll give you a couple of examples. So for example, you can, in any way, you can change the HTML attributes or elements of the page. You can change the CSS styles of the page, and then you can add or remove HTML elements. You can also make the page react to events like clicking on something, hovering over something, double clicking on something, and so on and so forth. And then you can even create new events like that. Okay, so the DOM features can basically affect every single part of your page and make every one of it dynamic and interactive. Okay, so that's your DOM. So that's a basic overview of your DOM. So you're just going to create a model like this, and each of these are going to have their own attributes, their CSS attributes, their HTML attributes, and things like that. For example, P would probably have a color of red, and you can change that color from red to whatever you want based on an event. Okay, for example, if I double click on this particular paragraph, then change the color of P from red to green. Okay, you can give conditions like that with your JavaScript, right? So that's the crux of JavaScript. That's the crux of front end development. Okay, so let's look at all of that in the next few lessons. I'll see you there. Thank you.